was worried about you. I was actually worried about you when I saw the pictures.
Well, it's funny. Favorite son, favorite daughter, and Oprah all called me and said, were you afraid? Did you think he was going to hit you? I actually never thought that. I think that I thought I might get accidentally clobbered, but I didn't think that he would deliberately try to hurt me. I never felt in danger talking to him. I just felt that he had a lot of emotion. He wanted to release it. And, you know, when it was all over, we had a conversation. We said goodbye. He was able to say what he wanted to say.
Okay.
Even if, but it's hard to believe when you say, Robert, there are so many allegations and so many accusations, and you've never had sex with anybody under the age of 17.
And it took this jury less than a day to deliberate.
Yes, exactly right.
There's more,
right? And he says more will come out on his side of the story, too.
And we have more of this
yes, we do. In our next half hour, Kelly talks about the 2 women who live with him and the allegations that he controls their lives, allegations that both women deny. We talked to them, too. We'll share that a little bit.
Dig as much as I can.
Criminal sexual abuse are all lies. The singer spoke with Gayle for nearly 80 minutes yesterday. He strongly denied having sex with underage girls or doing anything illegal.
And Bianna, he wants people to talk about it. In this interview that you'll see only here on CBS This Morning, we also asked Kelly about his rough childhood and his story for surviving years of sexual abuse. He also discussed how the allegations against him could affect his personal life and his career. Do you still expect people to buy your music? How do you think your music should sit with people?
Absolutely. I think they should, although a lot of them may not. But like I said, I'm not fighting for my career here. I'm fighting for my rights, and I'm fighting to have a relationship with my kids most of all, more than anything. I want a relationship with my kids because I've missed a lot of years of their life. They love me. I love them.
And they want a relationship with you.
I bet you they do.
Yeah.
I bet my breath on it.
Oh, so you don't
but
know.
They're pressured,
you just
and I
bet
get
they
it.
do.
They're pressured, so I get it. But I believe that's going to change in due time.
You have daughters. If your daughters called you and said that somebody is doing to them what the allegations are about you, would you be okay with that?
Let me tell you something. I'll be up in that mother, everything up. I had to bleep myself, but I would be.
If your daughters came to you and said, look, this guy is doing to me what the allegations are against you.
Then I would have to arrest myself after I did what I had to do.
You've been very candid that you are a sexual abuse survivor yourself. You've talked very candidly. You were molested from the ages of 7 to 13, 14. How do you think that has affected you?
It hasn't affected me at all. I mean, it has affected me in a way, though. Yeah. It affected me in this way. Anything that I've been through, that or any struggles I've had in my past, has affected my music. It has,
Has it affected your behavior?
Absolutely not. Because I'm going to tell you something, and I know people say, oh, well, he was abused.
Exactly.
Well, that's why he's doing that. No.
No, the experts will tell you this. Most people who are abusers have been abused, but not all people that have been abused go out and abuse others.
Okay.
And so that's why I asked the question.
That's what the experts said?
That is what the
but they
experts
didn't say
said.
all, did they?
No, they didn't. No,
all right.
No.
Here I stand.
So that's why I'm asking
I'm in the not all. I'm in the not all. Okay? But they also didn't say when you're R. Kelly, okay, and you're famous and your name is ringing 25 million times a day all over the world, okay, of people trying to get money from you. Okay, and they're using your past.
You gotta deal with their parents.
They're using the past allegations, the past case that
I'm tired of it. No.
Link it on to that.
They're older now. Why should I keep paying you?
They're using that.
When you say that you need help, do you think you need to go to therapy? Have you been to therapy?
Absolutely. At this point, I'm definitely talking about that.
About going?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. You know, it seems like, some could say you might seem out of touch to a lot of people.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, your perception of the charges against you. I know it's your side and it's your story, but you have a different perception that most of the world has about you.
No, I have a truth. People have perception.
People have their perception.
I have truth.
Do you think you're invincible?
Oh, absolutely not. I just think I'm human.
Well, Jerika Duncan joins us at the table. You've covered these allegations and the stories against him. You've talked to some of the victims and their families.
Correct.
How do you think this interview is going to resonate in the court of public opinion?
In the court,
very adamant about his position.
And I think the fact that, first of all, great job to you and the crew that were able to book this interview, because I don't think anybody expected to hear from R. Kelly.
I didn't
You have
expect to
a
hear
man
from R.
of that
Kelly.
magnitude,
Yes.
celebrity, deciding to sit down while he's actually facing felony charges that could end him, could land him in prison for up to 70 years, and he decided to give his side. Of course, we did want to hear it, but I think when you look at social media and on Twitter, he doesn't have a lot of support.
That nigga should
I think there are
been
people
left the
who will say,
country.
oh, you know, this
Like
is what
that
I'm
one
saying, the girls are
pedophile ass
lying or
nigga
what
did.
have you, but
He ever
by
come
and
back to the
large,
United States, his
what I'm
ass is
hearing
toast.
and what I'm seeing is not a lot of people have sympathy for him, and even from some of the victims,
He
alleged victims.
pissed
Drama
somebody
Page,
off.
she was
There's some
featured in
parents,
that
man. He ain't
docuseries
cut
and
that
said
check.
she met R. Kelly
And they
after
told
he was
him, he even
acquitted,
said it.
and then
I
started a
believe him
sexual
when he said,
relationship with him when
we
she
were
was
wrong, you
16 years
prepared,
old. So
because
she
he stopped
said
cutting
on
the check.
Twitter, I did not see R. Kelly. I didn't see my abuser. What I saw was a man that needs help. When you've been doing wrong for decades, she said, and the people around you make you feel that your actions are right, you tend to believe that you're doing no wrong. And then we also got a statement from Sparkle. Sparkle is the artist that R. Kelly used to work with. She was also featured in the docuseries. She plays a bigger role in this huge narrative because she was one of the first to speak out. She's the one that identified her niece as the one in that first video where he was charged with child pornography.
Because her niece was 13, 14 at the time.
Correct.
Right?
And she said this was the niece. Of course, he was acquitted. She didn't say it was her. The parents didn't say it was her. But Sparkle said the interview is continued display of Robert's entertain at all costs mentality. She said, with arrogance and a lack of accountability, I'm praying for their safe return back to their families in reference to the girls.
I agree with what Geronda said. I think he needs help. I think that as we were sitting there, I felt that he was really became very emotional several times. That wasn't just, you've seen some of the outbursts, but he became very, very emotional many, many times during the interview. And I actually think that he needs help. I thought in some ways we were seeing a breakdown right before our eyes.
Yep.
He composed himself and came back because he does want people to hear him, but he does think the world is out to get him and everybody is lying. And that's just, and I said after a while, Robert, how can everybody be lying except you? What makes you either so special or what makes you so unlikable that all these women would come out against you?
And let's remind everybody just how many women have accused him of abuse and misconduct.
Well, there were 7 in that docuseries, but there were about 50 people in total who talked about things that they may have seen, not necessarily abused by him, but there was a young lady who said she claimed she saw him having sex with Aaliyah. He didn't talk about that. Aaliyah, the artist who he allegedly married when she was 15 years old, and later passed away. But it was fascinating. That was a remarkable interview. And I think everyone is just so shocked that it went on for so long. I mean, if you look at prior interviews where he's left, when it goes too deep, he gets up and he leaves. But you were able to keep him in that chair, and he did compose himself, and he continued
because
to talk.
he said, I've been silent for too long while people are saying all these things about me. I want people to hear from my own mouth.
Right.
And in the end, he said, thank you for giving me the platform to say this. We even asked, do you want to take a break? Do you want some tissue? No, leave me alone. Just let me talk. And that is what we did.
Well, of course, we'll be waiting to see what happens as this goes to trial, potentially, because that is the opinion that matters
Exactly.
most.
It's not just social
Who
media.
will decide whether or not there's enough evidence to.
The thing that got to him the most, though, Jerika, was his relationship with his own children. He became most emotional when he kept talking about, I want to see my children. I want to have a relationship with my children. There are clearly issues with R. Kelly and his ex-wife, Andrea, which he says he has the utmost respect for her because she is the mother of his children. But that's what got to him the most, talking about his own children.
And it's worth noting we likely wouldn't even be here having this discussion if it wasn't for that docuseries.
We have much more of our interview with R. Kelly addressing his current relationship with 2 young women. 23-year-old Joycelyn Savage and 21-year-old Azriel Clary live with him at his Chicago home. Their parents believe that the 52-year-old R&B singer has brainwashed their daughters. The Clary's attorney released a statement calling Kelly a liar, manipulator, and sociopath. Later this morning, Savage's parents plan to hold a news conference addressing our interview. But here's what Kelly told us about the 2 young women. What is your relationship with them?
I love them, and it's like they're my girlfriends. It's like, we have a relationship. It's real. And I know guys, I've known guys all my life to have 5 or 6 women. Okay, so don't go there on me, okay, because that's the truth.
The fact that they're much younger than you.
I don't look at much younger than me. I just look at legal. I just look at you're you, I'm me.
So
now, I don't know if you're married. I don't know. I don't know if you had a relationship. I don't know what I don't know. But one might be older than the other. One might be younger than the other. Okay? So I just look at legal. Okay? People, there are older men that like younger women.
Is that
there
you?
are younger women that like older men.
Are you an older man that likes younger women?
I'm an older man that love all women.
Okay. Kelly says he met Joycelyn Savage after her father brought her to one of his concerts when she was 19.
I didn't go looking for a Joycelyn Savage. I was doing my show. He brought her and asked a friend of mine to put her on the stage with R. Kelly. Make sure she's on the stage.
Asriel Clary also met Kelly at one of his concerts. Her parents say Kelly pulled the then 17-year-old on stage back in 2015. They say they had hoped that she would become Kelly's musical protege. Asriel Clary, what is your relationship with her?
Right now, I'm seeing her.
You are seeing her?
Yeah, she's 21. I'm seeing her.
She's 21.
Yeah.
But did you start seeing her at 17?
Absolutely not.
Yeah,
Did you have sex with her when she was 17?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Although her parents wanted me to.
No, her parents claim they have text messages that show that you had sex with her when she was 17.
Claim.
So you're saying you did not have sex with her when she was 17?
Absolutely not.
You are with two women right now. You love them. They say they love you. What kind of love is it that keeps these young women away from their families? Their families are saying...
These?
I'm talking right now about Joycelyn
because
and Asriel.
I'm going to answer your question.
What kind of love
father,
is that?
What kind of father? What kind of mother will sell their daughter to a man?
Who did that?
How come it was okay for me to see them
You need to shut up.
until they wasn't getting no money from it? Why would you take your daughter? If I were going to take my daughter and she's 19 years old to a 49-year-old icon, whatever, celebrity or R. Kelly concert or whoever it is, I'm not going to put her on the stage and leave her. I'm going to take her to the concert. Their father is more into my music and know about my music than they do.
You're saying the parents handed their daughters, Asriel and Joycelyn, over to you? Is that what you're saying to us?
Absolutely.
Oh, shit.
Are the cameras still going?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Wow. Yeah.
I know you're suggesting that the parents sold the daughters to him.
He is saying that the parents are in it for the money, is what he's saying. He is saying that both sets of